Welcome back to another episode of the Talking Lead Podcast, Leadheads. This is episode 289, and it is a doozy. We have a lot of good content coming up. We got a target stand company called HATPOINT. Got a AR-15 and AK-47 tool company called Real Avid. We got our good buddy Nick and Diego from Geissele. We've got Filson Outfitters, Steve and Jennifer Morgan. So lots to get in this episode. If you haven't had a chance, you didn't listen to last episode, episode 288, we had Christy Titus, Morgan Mills, and Narissa Harmon, some of the top ladies in the outdoor industry, covering music, clothing, and hunting. Make sure you go back to 288. Great interview with those ladies. Make sure you go to their social media pages. Let them know how much you enjoyed the show if you have listened to it, because we'd like to get them on again sometime in the future, because we have so much information jammed into this episode for you guys and gals. We're going to skip the jackwagon train this episode, and we'll be bringing the train in with the gunny coming back in a couple of episodes. After this episode, we've got the Talking Lead AK Corner presented by Pioneer Arms Corps, and our guest on that is going to be James Yeager, so you guys don't want to miss that. It's going to be dropping the 15th, and then our next Talking Lead episode podcast, we'll get back into the jackwagon. So you guys have got some time. Shoot me emails, talkingled@gmail.com, and give me your jackwagon train submissions. So before we get into these awesome interviews from the 2019 SHOT Show, from the official lead quarters of the Buck Knives booth, make sure you guys go and show some love to all the sponsors of the Talking Lead podcast. Right On Optics, the official optics of Talking Lead. Like I mentioned last episode, we're going to have Jeremiah on, and that's probably going to be our next episode, is going to be the Optics 101 class. And Jeremiah is going to have one or two special guests for that episode. So stay tuned for that, and go check out Right On Optics, RITON optics.com. Kel-Tec Weapons. If you guys haven't had an opportunity to go look at their new 12 gauge and their new 22 LR firearms, the KS7 is their new bullpup 12 gauge shotgun. Very light and very affordable. And then that 22 LR pistol that they've got is amazing. It's actually a work of art. It's a beautiful firearm, so you guys go check it out. It's called the CP33, and they both shoot really well, too. Had the opportunity to shoot those while I was in Las Vegas, and really liked them. So looking forward to adding those to my collection. Modern Spartan Systems. For all your firearms, lubricating, and cleaning needs, Modern Spartan Systems has got you covered. Go check them out at modernspartansystems.com. X-Steel Targets.
X-Steel Targets.
You guys need to be shooting AR-500 steel targets. Nothing more satisfying than that ting when you're shooting at AR-500 steel targets. And they're not just for long distance. They've got competition targets, they've got training targets, and they've got your just everyday plinking targets. And they've got those cool reactive targets too, like that spinning Texas Star, and they've got a double Texas Star also. So you guys go check that out at xsteeltargets.com. I've noticed some new posts here lately on social media. You guys have been rocking your Leadhead Brigade t-shirts. They've been looking really good. The hot weather's coming back, so perfect t-shirt weather. Make sure you guys go to 1776united.com. Pick up your traditional Talking Lead t-shirts there, and the Leadhead Brigade. If you're a longtime listener to this podcast, you've got to reward yourself and get you one of those Leadhead Brigade t-shirts, 1776united.com. And then the Evil Black Assault mugs, the Talking Leady, you're going to get those at dip123.com/Talking Lead. While you're there, just go ahead and pick up a couple of those because you're going to love them. Give one as a gift. Keep one for yourself. The Talking Leady keeps your drinks minutes colder or hotter than a leady. Don't be a snowflake. Get your Talking Leady. I'd like to give a big shout out, a big thanks to our friends over at Mission First Tactical. I have been in the process of updating some of my rifles. I built a 300 Blackout a few years ago. You guys, we talked about it on the show. We did some videos on building the 300 Blackout. I called it the Bo Frankenstein because we used a ton of different manufacturers' parts on that. Ergo was real big in helping us build that rifle, and I just wanted to update some of the furniture on it. So Mission First was gracious enough. David over there, Hodor, what's up, buddy? thank you so much for sending the handguard, the pistol grip, the butt stock, and he sent me some front post sights to check out, and also their magazines. They've got some new magazines there, some AR-15, 5.56, 223, extreme duty polymer magazines is what they're calling them, 50% stronger, 3 times more impact resistant, and they really love the 300 blackout round. I've shot several mags through it and haven't had any problems. It's feeding it really well. And I've shot a couple of different types of ammo, loads of 300 blackout, and it's been cycling really well. So no issues with that on the 300 blackout. So you guys go check out Mission First Tactical and let them know that you're a lead head. And as you're visiting all of the sponsors and friends of the show, let them know you're a lead head. We have discount codes set up with the majority of these people. And it's typically Leadhead is the code. So as you're visiting these sites, make sure you try that code. If it doesn't work, let me know, and we'll try to either get it reactivated or try to get a code set up so that you guys can save a little moolah. Oh, and that reminds me, we've got another discount code set up with a company who we've not had on the show yet, but they're going to be in an upcoming episode. Armament Systems and Procedures. ASP. If you go to ASP-USA and use the code LED20, that's LEAD and the number 20 altogether, LED20, you're going to get 20% off any regularly priced flashlights. Flashlight cases, accessories, battery, power accessories. So any other flashlight or flashlight-related accessories, you're going to get 20% off that. I'm testing out some dual-fuel flashlights from several different companies, and they were one of the companies that wanted to send some for me to try out. We're going to have Michael Hess on an upcoming episode and talk about ASP's line of, and so far, I mean, they've been testing out really good. I've been really impressed with them, their line of flashlights. And one more thing before we get into this, Sheepdog Impact Assistance. They are headed down to Lee County, Alabama, where they were hit really hard with tornadoes here recently. They have put together a disaster response team, and you guys go to their website. They're in need of donations, gift cards, money, or even if you're able to help and volunteer your physical services, I'm sure that they could use that as well. So go to sheepdogia.org and get in touch with them there. You can also go to their Facebook page. Shoot them a message there if you'd like to get in touch, take part down in the disaster response mission that they're doing in Lee County, Alabama. And, of course, they've got their big gala coming up the end of April, and we've reached out to some of the friends of the show, and we've got lots of donations for auction items. So if you guys can attend, there's going to be some really good items for you to bid on that you're going to get probably really good deals on. Kel-Tec, Glock, Eagle Imports, Defy Watches, Modern Spartan Systems, X-Steel Targets, Right On. Everybody stepped up and donated some awesome auction items. So if you're looking for a really good veteran nonprofit organization to support, I highly recommend that you look into Sheepdog IA. They're not just military, but they also take care of law enforcement, fire department, or first responders. It's a really good organization. So if you guys want to get involved, you need to get in touch with me or go to their website, sheepdogia.org. So let's go ahead and get into this awesome lineup of interviews that I've got for you guys and gals for your listening enjoyment. Here we go. We're up with our next interview here at the 2019 SHOT Show at the official lead quarters of Buck Knives. And we've got some new guys joining us now. We've got HATPOINT Target. We've got John, how do you say your last name, John?
Schwinn.
John Schwinn, so welcome.
Thank you.
And then we've also got joining us Bryant Johnson, and he's with Real Avid.
Thanks for having us, Lefty.
Yeah, man, thanks for joining us. So two different kind of products that we're going to be talking about here, but you know, as things have happened on this show before, some unique collaborations have happened. So we'll see if we can't make a love connection here on the Talking Lead podcast.
Sounds good.
So John, tell us about your targets, man. Tell us about HATPOINT.
So basically, HATPOINT Target, we're a manufacturer of a polymer target stand. So it's meant to be lightweight, multi-width. and it hits the spot where people who want to have something that's light that doesn't beat up the rest of their gear and they go out and train with, they can use this product. It's a product made in the United States. It has shoot-through capability, so if an errant round gets into the polymer, it doesn't blow apart. And in the first year, we prototyped in 2017, and then the first year we sold to law enforcement, had some military people buy them, firearms instructors, and even down to the air gunner guy. So it's really showing that it's got some merit in the
So
space.
let's say I've got one of your stands. It's a target stand, right?
Correct.
And now are you doing targets with it, actual targets, or is this you use your existing target?
Yeah, basically it's just targets that are out that are on that you buy in a sporting goods store. The IPSC type target, clear down to a 6-inch target. So there's different ways you can configure it.
What's the weight capacity on that?
So it's 3 pounds. It's very lightweight. It's stackable.
Yeah. Well, how much weight could I hang on it though?
So basically, I've done some prototyping on with steel hanging on it, and
Right.
I come
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 30 years of experience in plastic, and those are some products that we're going to roll in behind this. But polymers are capable of a lot of strength.
Sure.
In my automotive career in plastics, I did a lot of metal to plastic conversions, and so I see that, and so there's products on the drawing board that we can bring into that. The thing that I hear loud and clear to people that I've been at shows to, and what I've experienced myself, is a lot of people are tired of carrying heavy, bulky things around. So there's a need out there for that type of product.
Cool. Very good. And where can people go and check these out?
So we just HATPOINT Target. We have them online there, and we also just got them with Sportsman's Warehouse. They're going to carry the line. We've got some buying groups. A Target company out of California just bought 1,000 of them. So HD targets. So
but they can go to your website, hatpointtarget.com.
Yep.
See the product, and can they order it directly from you as well?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a portal to get in touch with me, and I've got law enforcement rates, and so so
nice.
Reach out. I'm there.
There you go. Bryant, Real Avid.
Yes, sir.
Real Avid. What are you real avid about, man?
Shooting.
That a boy.
So yeah, that's what we like to.
You need
like
one
to,
of John's stands.
Exactly. That's what we need. That's what we like to hang our hat on. Is we're all shooters, hunters, and we embrace the lifestyle.
Very cool. So let's talk about your product. What are you bringing to us today, buddy?
Yeah. So just kind of a quick background on the company. We're about 10 years old. In 2012, we came out with the first multi-tool specifically designed for guns, and that was the gun tool. And that's what a lot of people kind of know us for. It was winner of the NRA Golden Bullseye Award.
Look at you go, man! Congratulations.
Well, that was a while ago, so a lot has changed since then. The company has a variety of cleaning kits, mats, scrapers, taking the entire gun experience and quite frankly, the cleaning side of the gun experience, which people don't like to do, and making it a little bit more enjoyable for them. But today what I brought with is something that we came out with or released at SHOT Show. And last year we came out with a set of Armors tools.
Oh, look at this, man.
And the first thing people said at the show was, when's the big kit coming? So we had our separate implements, a new Armors hammer, lower vise block, upper vise block, bench block. And what we did this year is, we did our research. Went around Home Depot, Lowe's, looked at what professional toolkits look like, and we tried to bring that experience to the gun industry.
So when you brought that in, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, just my normal automotive household kind of toolkit, but these are all specifically for firearms.
Yep.
Guns.
So our AR-15 Armors Master Kit has.
Can I take this and I've got to touch things.
Hey, we're all about tangibility here.
Yes.
Pick it up, feel it.
Keep talking.
So our AR-15 Armors Master Kit has everything you need to build a AR-15 from the ground up. So again, the idea is to create a better experience for people at home. Whether it's our pivot pin tool, we have a lot of people that come by that say that spring and that detent shoot across the room. Simple little tool.
Never fails. Yeah.
simple little tool that helps install that in under 5 seconds. We have our grab the armor's wrench. Pull that one out of there.
All right. Okay, there we go.
So
This is different. This is a different armor's wrench here.
We have a very, very strong product development team, and they're good. The design, everything that we try to incorporate is smarter, but it also has the aesthetic appeal as well.
So this is kind of designed. It looks like a hatchet, but then keep talking about it. I'm trying to visually paint a picture.
So it's got castle nut wrench, barrel nut wrench, free float and mil spec. We have a fixed stock receiver extension wrench, muzzle brake wrench, and little ingenuity about this thing. The torque wrench attachment point, we put it closer to all the rest of the wrenches, because the further away you get that attachment point gets, the more skewed that reading's going to be. Right. Small little insights like that from people that are much smarter than me, who came up with it and implemented it into the design, give us a better product. Then we also have in the handle 3 interchangeable hammerheads. So we have a brass, rubber, nylon hammerhead that fits.
You can just screw in, screw off.
Screw in, screw off. So you have a armor's hammer integrated right into the wrench.
That is cool. I'm digging that.
Yeah, so it's the best part of SHOT Show for us is listening to the consumers and just seeing the reaction as they come by the booth, because the people that have been having issues for the past 15, 20 years with build products love this stuff, and it's great to see those reactions.
Yeah, this is a great kit. So talk about the other things you got in this kit. I mean, this is pretty much got everything you need.
So
armor.
Our lower, that might be a little tough to get in there.
But that's what I like. I mean, the snaps on these things are really tight. Some of those toolboxes you get, you can try to snap the thing in there and it just falls right back out. You've got a very positive retention system here also.
So a lot of people are familiar with lower vice blocks that are just kind of a static plastic. And if you grab that guy over there, yep. What we did is not all the tolerances on mag wells are going to be the same. So we created one that adjusts to whatever gun you're using.
Nice.
So we can click this down, that wedge will drop, and all these posts will expand and fit right in your mag well. So again,
do AR-15, AR-10.
Not for AR-10
not
yet,
an AR-10
just the
yet.
AR-15,
okay.
But reducing the slop as you're working on your lower fits right into the vise.
AK?
Not AK.
Not AK yet?
No.
Say yet.
Yeah. Yet is right. Yeah, you show them one thing and they always ask for something more.
Always want more.
Exactly.
Always want more.
So we try to pride ourselves with at least 10 to 15 new products every single year. Products that are innovative and different from anything else that's on the market. So again, the reception's been phenomenal for what we've got this year, and there's going to be more to come.
I'm going to let you push that back in.
This is still what's
retail on this?
So MSRP on the entire Master Armors kit is $250.
$250. Okay.
So it's a pretty reasonable price point for people that are getting into it, or that have tools and need tools that are going to last a longer time.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like that. I mean, everything's right there. It's in your little kit. Great for the starter armor.
Absolutely.
The home armor like myself.
Absolutely.
That's perfect, man. That's beautiful. And what's it called? What do you call it?
It is the AR-15 Master Armors Kit.
Okay, and then go to your website and get this?
Go to the website. Hopefully soon. I mean, we just got them in the warehouse this week, so they'll get distributed across the country to all our big box stores and dealers as well.
Okay.
So,
and which stores are you in?
Bass Pro, Cabela's, Shields, Academy, Sportsman's Warehouse. We have a full gamut of distribution, and
very cool. Now, do you have talk about some other products that you guys are carrying?
Our cleaning kits are extremely popular. Again, simple things like parts being lost or accessibility to parts. We look at it again from that toolkit standpoint. So every kit, everything that we design has parts specifically stored, labeled, so that you don't take longer to find the brush you need, than it takes to clean your gun. So it's simplified process, ergonomic handles, just taking that entire experience and making it better for the consumer. And again, people that come by the booth, it resonates with them.
Okay. And your website is?
realavid.com, REALAVID.
Okay, and you guys are on social media as well, I'm sure. Instagram, You're posting pictures of your products and things there?
Absolutely, yep.
And just Real Avid on there?
Yep.
At Real Avid?
Yep.
What about you, John? Are you on social media? Did we talk about where HATPOINT is on social media?
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, you bet.
Okay.
Facebook.
Very cool. Well, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming by and sharing these products with us. Innovative, cool things. You target enthusiasts out there. Check out John's stands, and then, my gosh, I got to get one of these. It's going to in my collection right here. Real Avid AR-15. You should do one for the AK-47 too. A whole kit just for the AK-47 as well. We started a new series on the Talking Lead podcast called the AK Corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that would fit in really well with that.
Well,
Guys,
I'll bring up some products because we have some stuff specifically for AKs.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We do, yeah.
Nice. Very good. More coming from the 2019 SHOT Show here at the official lead quarters at Buck Knives. All right, lead heads, we are back at the 2019 SHOT Show at the official lead quarters, Buck Knives. And joining me again is my co-host, Brooksy, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going, lead heads?
Yeah, so you just keep them coming, man.
That's right.
It's like a revolving door, one in, one out. Boom, boom.
That's right.
You brought us
keep
a
you
couple.
going.
Brought us a couple this time. Introduce our new guests.
This is Steve and Jen Morgan.
Steve and Jen Morgan.
Yep. Yes, sir. Happy to be here, lead heads.
And
Happy
lead
to
heads
join the
may
group.
who's Steve and Jen Morgan? Well, they're going to tell us who they are and what they do.
Well, we're health and fitness professionals, but we're also heavily involved in the hunting world. And what we bring is the dynamics of, you got to be in shape. You've got to conquer those hills. You've got to conquer your hunts. And the best way to do that is to prepare way in advance.
So preparation.
Yes.
Yeah, the prepper mindset.
Yes.
Be prepared for everything.
Huge key.
We were talking a little bit off mic, and you tell me you guys are into the health and the fitness, and we push and promote that on our show. It's a key part of being a responsible gun owner, firearms owner. If you're going to carry, you need to be in shape and be able to handle the situations that you might be in. Same thing with hunting. The different climates, the harsh climates, depending on what kind of hunt you're going to go on. You need to be in some sort of, I'm not going to say tip-top shape, but you guys are tip-top shape. Yeah, you're above and beyond that. But talk about how you guys got into the industry.
My background, Jennifer Morgan here. My background is in the health and fitness industry. I used to own and operate one of the top Gold's gyms in the nation. I have a huge
That's where
passion,
we work out.
Yes, huge passion for helping others achieve ultimate health. Actually, January is a great time, right, to get started in your health and wellness.
Yeah.
And Steve, he hunts big game, and that's not an easy task when you harvest an animal. And so together, we really work hard on achieving optimal health together, but we also help other people do the same thing. And it all starts from proper nutrition. Number one, 80% of what happens with your body happens in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so we teach people how to make the right choices when they comes to their eating. Supplementation, number two, so important. Our soils are so depleted of nutrition today that, what you used to eat in the 1960s and 70s, you can have a single peach and get your vitamin A allowance.
Right.
Today you'd have to eat 60 or 70 peaches. So you've got to take proper supplementation, and then working out, making sure that you're preparing your body for your hunt. And that goes from cardiovascular training, maybe you're doing things with backpacks on your back, all the way into strength training. It's really important that you get your body physically fit for the hunt to enjoy it at its fullest.
Right.
No, I agree.
Well said.
Yeah, well, that's my personal trainer.
She's done a good job.
Yeah, she's actually spot on. There's anybody that spends any time in the field, you come across those guys. We've all seen them, and they're not prepared. They're not prepared. I can't even tell you how many times I've helped somebody pack out a deer because they couldn't.
Right.
I can't even tell you how many guys that I've seen that are ill prepared. Don't go into the wilderness ill prepared, because it can kill you. And I say that very seriously. I've seen it a million times. It's just not smart. And let's be honest, we spend a lot of money. We spend a lot of money on fantastic guns, bows, knives, buck knives,
kit,
but
gear, yeah.
So don't go out there and cut yourself short. Don't do it. Going in a mile is probably not going to kill the trophy of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's not even the going in part. It's like you said, what a lot of people don't, think about when they're going on maybe their first hunt, their first big game hunt. You got to get that sucker out.
The harvesting.
It's not going to walk itself out because it's been harvested.
Exactly right, and that's my point. You've got to embrace the whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't go in there ill prepared because you're going to get yourself in a bind.
So how long have you been hunting?
27 years.
27 years. Okay. And where are you from originally?
The New Jersey.
New Jersey area.
Yep.
Okay.
All over the world, fourth generation military, so including myself. So I've lived all over.
Okay.
But I now reside in Northern California.
What branch?
United States Air Force.
Thank you for your service.
Appreciate you saying that more than you know.
Were you a pilot?
I was not. Air crew, but not a pilot.
Okay. Very good. What plane were you on?
I was on a C-5. I was a load master,
okay.
which is everybody's in charge of the back. Everything in the back was my responsibility.
Very good. And when did you retire? How long ago?
2001, right after 9/11.
Very good. And you've gotten into the hunting, I guess, more just recently, or is this something you've always done? You've always just been a big avid hunter.
I didn't grow up in it. I learned it in the military. I was 18 years old. I actually, it's kind of a cool story. I'll keep it short, but I was driving home.
Tell the story, man.
I was driving home one day after getting off shift, and I literally had the windows down. I heard a bunch of guys screaming, and I thought, crap, I got to pull over and help these guys. And when I pulled in, they were completely bloody, smiling, and celebrating. I thought to myself, okay, this is either good or really bad.
What have I walked into?
Yep, so I pulled in, and they were hooting and hollering that they killed this monster whitetail with a bow and arrow. And I sat there for 3.5 hours hearing this crazy, amazing story that literally changed my life from that day forward.
Nice. Now, did you hook up with those guys to go on your first hunt, or?
I did not. I actually, I'm prideful. At the time, I had to learn things on my own. I wanted to master this on my own. So I failed miserably for the first 6 years.
Kind of like when you get into the gym the first time, you go after hours when nobody's there.
Exactly.
I still do that.
I still do that too, yeah.
It was so bad that my family bought me Elmer Fudd hats for like the first 6 years.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. True story.
Yeah. So you guys are married.
Yes.
Yep. Happily.
Right. And when did you meet?
13 years ago.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet?
I was his personal trainer. But listen.
At Gold's Gym?
Listen, I never date my clients. He just happened to be very persistent.
He has that personality, you can tell. Yeah. He gets what he wants.
Seriously.
Went for the kill.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
now, do you have children?
We have 2 daughters. Yep.
And I'm sure you have them into the healthy
They're my
lifestyle.
bonus daughters.
Now, do you have them into the hunting as well, the shooting and firearm safety?
They are. They're both very educated on archery and firearms. Very. I would highly recommend men to beware. That's how well they're trained.
Do you prefer archery over rifle?
I do.
Okay.
I
is that your main
do.
thing? Is archery hunting?
I do. Yeah. I think it's for me. It's more intimate. A lot more things can go wrong. So when you're successful, to me, it's just a little bit more rewarding. I love firearms. I've been around them my whole life.
Sure.
But I do love archery a bit more. Yeah.
Okay. And is that when you picked up the archery? Is that day when you saw those guys on that? That's
correct.
And you started. What was your first bow?
Ooh, that was a Hoyt Reflex, which is Reflex is an off-brand of Hoyt, but it was called the Reflex Bighorn.
Reflex Bighorn.
Yes.
And you probably were going through the classified, looking for one and found you a good one, or did you go buy one brand new?
I bought one brand new.
Bought it brand new? Okay.
Yep. Shot an arrow through the ceiling trying to set it up. True story.
Now, did you know him at that time?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I did not. And funny story is that I never had dated anybody that hunted, and so I love animals, so I didn't understand the whole hunting, but he really taught me that hunters love animals too, and that it's all about conservation, and so I had to really learn a lot to understand being with a hunter. The first time he took me out, he said, we're going to go out just looking at deer, and I didn't understand. We went on a 4-wheel drive, and it was hunting season, and he had a tag, and this buck was just grazing with a doe, and he pulls out. He's like, got it. And he killed a buck when he was with me, and I didn't expect him to do that. So I was really upset. I was like, I'm breaking up with you. Take me to the nearest restaurant. And then we had a talk, and he said, no, Jen, this is the circle of life. This is, you eat meat, right? And I said, absolutely. And so we don't kill anything we don't eat. That's our rule. And
that's a major misconception about the hunters. And
absolutely.
The whole,
and we eat all the elk.
The biggest conservationists there are hunters.
So, yeah, it is. It is. And so we loved animals. We had 6 dogs at one time. I'm a huge animal lover. I rescue animals, and so we have a huge heart for animals.
What's the biggest dog you've owned?
We own Australian Shepherds.
Okay, those are pretty
Those
big.
are
They're
too
amazing.
smart.
Yeah.
Too smart.
smart
I can't
for
own
you.
them. Yeah. They'll be hurting me, and I'll end up in a corner just sitting there.
I think wildlife conservation is just like you said. It's so important.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't really look at it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, the simple analogy of 1 acre has enough food for so many animals. Well, if you're not managing that animal, then they're going to starve. They're going to die of other things. So, like, I believe that they're put here to be managed and to consume.
Yeah, and that's what we preach on the show, and you guys are doing your part, and we greatly appreciate that. It's all about educating the uneducated, and combating that negative that we get from the other side. And that's where we get all these ridiculous laws, and that's how we combat them, is by education. You guys are doing your part, and we greatly appreciate that. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now I heard something about you guys are trying you're working on maybe a TV show or what?
That's always our goal, our end goal, and our dream. And we just continue to, whenever he goes hunting, we get footage. We get great footage.
Yeah.
And, I love photography. That's my passion, photography and animals. And so I think that's why.
So are you the camera chick?
Not always, but I do
Yes.
love taking pictures and video.
I would assume you've got a YouTube channel or something like that.
Yeah. Check us out at Dominant Forces. Our concept is dominate your hunt, which goes right into that physical fitness realm of it. The only way you're going to dominate your hunt is to prepare yourself. So check us out, Dominant Forces. Steve Morgan at Dominant Forces on Facebook, or Steve and Jennifer Morgan on Facebook. Yeah,
Okay.
We're all over. We'd love to help people. So if you're out there and you're hearing this and you'd love to be pushed, encouraged, or something, we would love to do that for you.
Very cool. Now, what's your next big hunt? You got one
Gosh,
scheduled?
He just got back from Alaska for a full month. I go,
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
you got a great time there.
I'm on a quest for a moose hunt, but I'm probably going to spend a lot of times in this year elk hunting.
Okay.
I've got 4 elk hunts planned this year, and hoping to smack 4 elk.
There you go. I hope you get them, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So I guess you keep your freezers full. Now, are you well versed on preparing the wild game, and you know how to?
Yes, actually.
The both of you, I'm sure, do cooking and.
Yeah, we're really simple though. I honestly love elk tacos, and we go boating and we go hiking, and they're just so easy. And we can elk this year, so that was really awesome. My friend's teaching us how to can elk. I don't know if have you ever had canned elk?
I have not.
So you
Phenomenal.
can
Let's
can
talk
actually.
about that process.
Our really good friends gave us some canned elk, and it's actually in a mason jar, and they make it, and you can actually store it just in your pantry for years.
My
And so
cousin
it's
does
already-
that with all his game. He
It's
cans
amazing.
everything.
And
Yes.
so we just bring the jar with us when we're going out.
Yeah, that
we-
tasty, healthy
hiking. Oh yeah, you just put
treat.
it over the grill really quick. It's already seasoned with the taco seasoning. Throw out some tortillas and eat it. So we're just a super simple couple, and we like to eat on the go because we're active, and so we never know where we do. We love RVing. We love going everywhere in our RVs. So,
Yeah, that's me.
but yeah,
I'm just trying.
She's wearing my name badge.
Oh God. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, if you don't know about canning meats, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's going to make it last longer. We
Fish.
grab it on the run. Like Jen says, we'll just open it up and heat it up. It's good to go.
Heck yeah.
The flavor stays in it. I mean, like, think about it. Organic meat.
yeah.
Now, would this be part of your TV show? Would you do like a cooking?
We
You know,
don't.
session
We
after?
should.
we're open to doing
Why wouldn't
all
you?
kinds of things.
Why wouldn't
yeah.
you, man? I mean, that
Yeah.
from the start to the hunt
People.
to the end,
Yeah.
Field to the freezer.
right?
Yeah.
No, it's true,
To
but
the kitchen.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
What, field to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tia's getting fired up over here, man. She's brainstorming. Love it.
She's in the entertainment business.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
she knows.
We love
She
it.
knows.
No, I just love it. I mean, think about that. Organic meat from the earth. And it just doesn't get any psychologically. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish you would have brought some with you today because I'm getting hungry now.
We have so much. And another thing we love is we love our pepper sticks.
Brooksy's over there licking his chops.
I know, I'm
we
like-
love it all. We love it all. It's
I'm
chili.
on the hungry side. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
During the I love the chili. Just love it.
All right, so you're new guys to the show. I got a line of questions that I asked my new guest.
Buckle up.
New guy.
Got this, I got
Questions on the Talking Lead podcast. Steve,
Yes, sir.
what's your earliest recollection of going out and shooting a firearm? How old were you? What was it?
9 years old. It was a 30-30 lever action. Clearly remember that.
Nice.
Open sights, old school. Could
Now-
barely jam the shell in. Scared the crap out of me, and I was hooked since.
Now, was that your father or grandfather who took you out on that one?
It was my cousin Philip, which they always said that, oh, you two are going to get in trouble.
And how old was he at the time?
He was 5 years older than me.
Okay.
He also taught me to drive it when I was 12 years old.
What about you?
He taught me how to shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we go up into the mountains and we go shooting, and he taught me everything. He wants me to shoot all the time, so this is the thing. It's not my passion. It's not my passion. It's his passion.
Sure.
But I want to learn how to be a badass shooter, so that when he's off hunting, if somebody comes in my house, I can say,
You can defend
listen.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to be
So
properly trained. Yeah.
I want to be properly trained, and that's my
Good for
goal
you.
this year. So I'm always.
What'd you break her
moving
in on, Steve?
She owns a Springfield XD 9mm.
Very nice.
And she
Smooth.
handles it very well.
Good deal. So, is that part of your, you're talking about being fit, and is that part of your fitness program? Is also being well fit in firearms training, and how do you
my
do
goal.
that?
Absolutely. I think they're all tied together. You
Yeah.
better be prepared. If somebody comes in your house or jeopardizes your health or your life, you better be prepared. And that goes for wildlife too.
Yeah.
If you're out there listening to this, I'm sure if you had a bear or a wild boar encounter, I guarantee you're prepared.
Are you guys out of New Jersey now, or where are you now?
California.
You're in California. Okay, so some of the toughest, gun laws and obstacles that we have
Right.
are
That's why he
in
doesn't wanna live
California.
I'm not a fan of California.
Come to Tennessee. I know a great realtor.
There you go.
We can hook you up.
There you
And there's great hunting there too.
I hear.
Definitely.
Steve would move tomorrow. I'm kind of attached to my family,
Yeah.
and there's so much beauty in California I'm attached to, but he would move tomorrow.
She would move to California tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
she loves California.
It's just, we live
It's-
we live in Northern California, so right below Tahoe.
Uh-huh.
And it's just absolutely beautiful, and
Yeah.
it really has everything that I love there. But Steve, he's lived all over the world. He's more worldly, and he says there's much better places.
Extremely beautiful. Extremely beautiful place. Very, very poorly ran.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Very, very true.
So
we-
Chad.
We had touched on you've got a military background.
Yes, sir.
Talked a little bit about the Air Force. Have you got any anecdotal stories or funny stories that you can share during your time of service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We landed in McGuire Air Force Base in New Jersey. We just did a huge flight pattern, and we dropped a bunch of guys off in their junk overseas. Came home, and at 2 o'clock in the morning in the middle of winter in New Jersey when it was 17 below, we were scared to jump outside because it was so cold. We watched the guy disconnect to drain the septic, and he did not tighten the hose down correctly. He had a rough night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You stayed real far away from him, right?
Yeah,
You
we
stay on that
watched
side,
the
brother.
whole thing happen. Anyways,
Oh,
yeah, it was
wow.
interesting. Yeah.
Cool. When it comes to pop culture, what is your go-to? Whether it's a movie, a TV show, maybe a magazine or music, what's your go-to that's firearms related or outdoors related?
like Kid Rock. would
Kid
be for
Rock?
me.
Yeah?
Dude, I don't know why. I just love it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Get you amped up?
Totally.
Do you work out to Kid Rock?
I work out to all different things depending on my mood.
Little
I always say
variety.
different moods, different music, but that I really love Kid Rock. And then
Cool.
Journey. I love Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Journey.
Like
I
a
mean,
little
I think
Journey.
everybody loves Journey.
Yep. What about you, Steve?
For me, man, I mean, just the first thing that comes to mind. Have you ever watched the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
It is like absolutely my favorite. The first half of the movie just fired me up for some reason.
So the gunny,
Yep.
Arlie Ermy,
Yep.
God rest his soul.
Yep.
He does the introduction to we got a segment on our normal show. It's called the Jackwagon Train. And he does the introduction to the Talking Lead Jackwagon Train. Yeah.
Nice. No, I love that movie. It just fires
He's been
me
a
up.
big part in the success of our show. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, great guy. Once again, rest his soul. Great motivator.
Yeah.
I love to be motivated. I think for the military kind of guy, that movie just pumps me up for some reason.
So we watched a movie the other night, and I forgot that he was in this movie. It's called The Watch.
Oh.
It's got Vincent Vaughn. What's the other guy? Ben Stiller.
Oh yeah, okay.
Have you not seen this?
I have not. I'll
Okay,
check it out.
Arlie Ermy's in that movie, and he's got a funny role. It's pretty hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that movie just clicks my former life of being in the service, and it motivates me.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love it.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yep, Full Metal
Yeah,
Jacket.
great movie. If you haven't seen it, which I'm sure everybody has, you need to watch it again. It's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's your next bucket list? Gotta have, wanna have. It's like next opportunity, and I'm picking up one of these. Whether it's a firearm, a bow, a piece of kit, a vehicle, whatever it may be. It's for both of you. Maybe it's a piece of gym equipment. I mean, I don't know.
We actually just bought it. It just happened. So
okay.
We just picked up a 36-foot fifth wheel trailer. And we are very determined. We will be gone most of this year out on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go see almost every state we can in the United States.
So the Griswolds are hitting the road.
Yeah, last year we had a goal of just becoming 100% debt-free. We believe people who are debt-free have less stress. And so we work with a company that has allowed us to do that. And so we in turn love showing people how to do that, because for Steve and I, getting that RV meant that we can travel with our dogs. And that's really great for me, because we always have to go for 2 weeks and come home because we have someone watching our animals, and now we can take them with us travel all over the place. Plus, I'm not really a big fan of flying, and so I think there's so many places to visit and hunt and just relax and go see right here in the United States.
Absolutely.
The Mobile Morgans.
The Mobile Morgans. Are you going to get that put on the side?
Mobile Morgans? Sure, why not? Yeah.
The Mobile Morgans. I like it.
That's right.
It's catchy. So, laws be damned, rules be damned. What would you own, or what would you do?
If there was no rules?
No laws, no rules. You could just have it, do it, whatever.
Gosh, I feel like I'm living my dream life. I just want
Oh, don't give the cheesy answer. Come on.
more of it. Like
Be
I
selfish.
want more. I want more of it. I would love to have
more of
I would
it.
love to have a fifth wheeler and a motorhome. Like one that's all I'm a glamper. He's not so much a glamper. I'm kind of in between a glamper and not a glamper.
What is a glamper?
Someone that wants a motorhome with a shower.
Okay.
She wants the amenities with the roughness lifestyle.
He'll dry
like a
hunt
glamour
without,
camper? Is
yeah,
that?
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
He'll dry hunt without showering for 2 weeks, and I just can't do that. So he's got to have me. I'm kind of a glamper.
True.
Okay.
But just having I'd love to have a pontoon boat. Pontoon boat.
A pontoon boat?
Yes.
All right, so this question is like, if you could have the unattainable, you guys are going to have a pontoon boat next year.
Oh, we would have a hut on Fiji Island or
there
somewhere like that.
Go. You would own the Fiji Island,
Oh, totally.
right?
Like, I love...
You would own an ATN Warthog, right?
As much as we love the mountains, we also love the beaches. We love them both.
Oh, yeah.
There's something to be said about both of them. The
variety.
Ocean. Yeah, the ocean and the mountains and the trees. So really something as tropical as Fiji with mountains and trees all around would just be everything for us.
Very cool.
For me, though, I believe I grew up in the wrong era. I would literally, you said no rules, no laws.
Rules, yeah.
I would drive out and I would homestead a property in the middle of Idaho. I would go out and claim 100 acres.
That's cool.
And I would own it.
You go back in time.
I would.
Yep.
That's going to
Stake
happen.
your claim.
That's what I would do. And I would build a cabin.
Can you imagine?
Right in the center of it.
Can you imagine that? I mean, today, you just can't even fathom that. But just going somewhere and you just go out and you say, that's mine. I claim this.
I can fathom owning 100 acres. It's going to happen.
Well, I'm talking about, back in those days.
Back in those days,
they could take thousands of
Exactly.
acres.
Yeah, you just drive out and said, I'll take
As far
it.
as I can see, that's
Yep,
mine.
I'll take it. That's what I would do to
Yeah.
answer your question.
That's
awesome.
cool. Nobody's ever said that before. Nobody has traveled back in time to do that. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
So you think outside the box.
I'm way outside the box.
All right, this next question gets you thinking a little bit, and you can change the situation. But I ask if you could spend the day at the range with anyone, whether or a group of people, whether they're alive, past, deceased, or fictional. Who would you like to spend the day at the range with? So basically, who would you like to spend some time with and maybe get some, life lessons or something like that?
I would, without hands down, without reservation. I actually spent a duck blind. I was hunting with the Duck Dynasty guys about 3 years. Was it 3 or 4 years? 3 or 4 years ago, and I sat literally next to a Navy Team SEAL 6 guy.
Okay.
And I would probably select
There's
one of those
one
guys.
behind you.
Yeah, I would probably do that because there's a saying that Jen and I love: surround yourself by people you want to become. So, to answer your question, I would surround myself because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I would sharpen my skills with a Team SEALs
Commander
6 guy.
Tom
Yep.
Coulter. He's running around the booth here.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
Cool.
Yep.
What about you?
I don't know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I was like going to say Clint Eastwood. I don't know.
Clint Eastwood?
So, yeah, because he's such a legend.
Well, for you, let's say, who would you like to spend the day at the gym with?
For me, who I'd like to spend the day at the gym with? Well, gosh, I don't idolize.
First thing
any-
comes to mind.
Well, the first thing I've met Lou Ferrigno,
Oh,
Arnold
yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
He usually comes to these things.
Yeah,
Lou Ferrigno
so
does.
probably one of them, just because they're such icons,
Right.
Yeah, and I grew up in the era of them.
So did I. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
them or
Always idolized
Rachel
Arnold.
McLeish was one of my favorites.
Rachel McLeish, yeah.
She was one of my favorites, and so one of the legends in our time when I think bodybuilding was really magnificent.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be on.
Yeah.
One more time, give everybody your social medias, your YouTube, where they can go and check you guys out.
Mine's Jennifer Morgan, right there on Facebook or Instagram, and we've got
Dominant Forces, Steve Morgan at Dominant Forces on Instagram, Dominant Forces on Facebook, Steve Morgan on Facebook, and once again, just thank you for the opportunity to jump on with you.
Oh, great.
Love the
Yeah.
energy, man, and
When you guys get that show going, let me know. Well, come
and-
on the show because we are the show for exclusive. So
That's
we'll let all the
awesome.
lead heads know and where to tune in and catch you
Yeah,
guys.
and I think when you
Best-
guys come to my Facebook page, you're going to see a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation, a lot of live videos when it comes to health and fitness. I really
Very cool.
am passionate about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Much success to you guys.
Thank you.
sir.
Thank
All
you so much.
We'll be back with more from the 2019 SHOT Show here at the official lead quarters, Buck Knives.
Thank you.
I can feed my face one.
Now you can eat some more burger.
Right? Now I can't.
Oh, now you can. Damn it. Just
Are
kidding.
you still trying to eat lunch?
Just kidding.
I was going to sneak a bite.
sounds like
while
you
were doing that.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right. Yesterday I got to eat at 4:30.
Hey, no rest for the wicked, right?
That's right.
Right.
And that was like 5 minutes before I had some whiskey. So that Filson is where
Yeah,
the
we
whiskey
also
came
have whiskey
from.
too.
Oh, okay. Do you still have the whiskey?
Maybe.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He left his glass.
Yep.
Charlie did.
That's good stuff.
Because Charlie drinks out of a bottle.
he drinks out of a glass, bought the whole bottle, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are back at the 2019 SHOT Show. This is day 3 at the official lead quarters of Buck Knives, and we finally got Brooksy.
I've been called worse.
I got so many names written.
Name
in my head
change.
right
Name change.
now. Brooksy is joining us. He is back.
Leadheads.
Only got it for a few minutes, and he's brought one of his friends. He brought Jeff with Filson Corporation, and Filson is an outfitter based out of Washington.
That's correct. Yeah, we're based out of Seattle, Washington. If you aren't familiar with our brand, we've been around since 1897. We were one of the original outfitters to the Alaska Gold Rush. And so
1897. That's
They
longer
have
than Buck
5
Knives.
years on us.
They got 5 whole
just
years.
5. So yeah, if you're going up to the Gold Rush to strike it rich, stop at our store, buy your cast iron, buy your buck knife.
Now, is there still gold to be had up there in them there hills?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Do people still go there and prospect?
I believe so.
Yeah?
And they buy their Filson stuff. Go up there.
I mean, Alaska is still pretty much, 98% still just
Pretty much.
Yeah.
unutilized?
Yeah, they're still hammering it up there.
Yeah. A lot of oil up there, I know.
Well, they say that, there are animals up there that have never seen a human. That is hard to believe.
Isn't it?
Ever.
Yeah, I spent 4 weeks this last year up there, and
Got some Steve. We introduced you guys to Steve in a little
He's
interview
back.
earlier.
He's kind of like a wart.
He's
Keeps
back.
coming back.
mosquito.
Hunter-
Prefer mosquito.
Big game hunter extraordinaire.
Good friend.
Yeah, so I just spent 4 weeks there last year, and the terrain I was in untouched. We literally saw elk or moose rather, and bears that have never seen. I mean, they were just like, "What are you?" It was crazy.
Well, yeah, you're
Trying to
probably
figure it out.
you're probably putting
That's why
down
they
the
didn't
first
eat you.
human footprints in the place.
Exactly right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was incredible. So I agree. I saw 7 human beings in 4 weeks, and 5 of them were natives.
Really.
So and they're still mining over there. Yeah.
I mean, that's hard for people to fathom, these days, that you can still go somewhere like that and some uncharted territory that human feet have never touched before.
Yeah, so outfitters like you guys are still being sought after and still need to be supplied, so for sure.
Absolutely. Well, the cool thing about our company is we use a lot of wax cotton canvas, a lot of Mackinaw wool, and so the reason people always ask us, they're like, well, why do you keep making stuff with wax cotton canvas? It's like, well, it worked back then, so why can't it work now? So we just,
the wax cotton canvas is for the waterproof.
exactly. Before the
Traits.
days of Gore-Tex and things like that, your wax cotton canvas was your rain jacket. That's what your wet weather protection was.
Right.
Before there was goose down that you used in apparel, you had Mackinaw wool. And so wool was your warm coat. That was your winter coat. That's what you hunted in. That's what you fish in. That's what you mined in. So, yeah, we just continue to make things the way we've always made them.
Now, you guys are the actual manufacturers of these products.
Yeah, the majority of our products we manufacture at our 2 factories that are right downtown in Seattle, Washington, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So it's one thing that a hardcore Filson fanatic really appreciates is we have a really loyal brand following, just like Buck Knives, just like the podcast, and people search us out for our goods because they know that they're built to last and they've got a lifetime guarantee and they can always rely on it.
Now, are you guys just in the Washington area, or are you nationwide?
No, we're nationwide. We're actually global.
Worldwide.
Me personally, I live up in Minneapolis and I manage all the wholesale accounts for the Great Lakes. So yeah, we sell from everything to fly shops to outdoor sporting goods stores and hunting stores and luggage stores. So we have a variety of different products that we make. So it's
Now,
pretty,
like
it's
Buck
pretty
Knives,
special.
are you guys still a family-owned business?
We aren't a family-owned business anymore. I want to say the last Filson that owned the company was into the 70s, I believe.
Okay.
And then after that, we've changed hands a couple times, but yeah.
I mean, there's not many worldwide companies that are still family-owned, so.
Correct. So
But the quality,
quality is unchanged.
yeah.
You know what's crazy about the wool? I think I was born or meant to be born in another era. It's funny, my 11 years in the service, wool is one of their main garments for cold weather.
Absolutely.
And I remember my socks and my overcoat was wool, and that was my favorite. And when you're in the middle of the winter, 17 below, like wool is your best friend.
Exactly. Well, the nice thing is it still keeps you warm even if it's wet, which is great. And again, it's the same reason why we continue to make things the way we've always had, because why fix something
Now, if I'm
why
going to
fix
go
something that's not broken?
Don't recreate the wheel.
Exactly. No
expedition
kidding.
to Alaska, what would you kit me out with from your store? What can I go in there and I can get for my expedition to Alaska?
You got to see this wool packer
Just
coat.
depends on if they want you to come back.
As long as I don't tell them I'm media, right?
Flip flops.
Set you up with a nice pair of Mackinaw wool bibs, some of our merino wool base layers, big chunky Mackinaw or lined wool packer coat that's got this huge shearling collar.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Pair that with a nice Stetson and off you go.
Stetson. That's what you need.
Stetson. I need a Stetson, right?
Yes, sir.
I do have a Stetson.
You belong with the Stetson.
Look damn good in it too, sir.
There you go.
But from head to toe, you
We
guys
can
got
outfit you from head to toe.
You can outfit from head to toe.
Absolutely.
And you don't just do clothes, right? You do other things. You do accessories.
We
as well?
do
bags and
accessories, bags. We've got a partnership with Buck Knives, so you can find a buck in the pocket of your Filson pants. So yeah, it's awesome. It's great.
Tents? Do you have tents?
No tents anymore.
No? Okay.
So, but yeah,
You got to see
it's
those
good.
bags. Those bags are unbelievable.
let's talk about your bags.
We've got some great bags.
Talk about 'em.
Last SHOT Show, I had a gentleman come up and put one of our padded computer briefcases on our front table, and all he said was, "1,000,000 miles, love it." Which is pretty cool that, someone has trusted us with their luggage choice to travel with them.
Now you
from
say
Millionaire.
luggage. Are you guys doing like a line of actual like luggage?
Yeah,
luggage?
we've made luggage for a handful of decades, and so the main luggage that people are attracted to is our rugged twill luggage that features a bridle leather. And again, just like the majority of our product, those bags are manufactured at our facilities in Seattle, so it's pretty cool.
And everything's manufactured in Seattle. And
Not everything. There's a handful of things that we do take overseas, but one thing that we don't do is we never manufacture anything that comes from overseas in China, which is pretty important for us and
Absolutely.
our following.
nothing from China.
Oh,
That's correct.
American made. So
Absolutely.
100% American made.
Majority of our product, yeah.
That's beautiful. And appreciated.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So it says complete outfitter here, and I was thinking something else when he said you were an outfitter. My mind went to hunting and hunting guides, and taking us on the hunt, that kind of thing.
And we do outfit you for the hunt.
You outfit for the hunt, yes.
Correct.
You
Last
get
year
you ready for the hunt, but you're not the guides. You don't take people out on hunts.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We're outfitting.
That's what Steve does.
We're outfitting your apparel, your luggage needs. Last year at SHOT Show, we introduced our new partnership with Mossy Oak, so it was pretty cool having the Haas family come down, and we took their old bottomland pattern, which is the original pattern that they launched with in 1985, and then we also do some shadowgrass as well, which is their waterfowling pattern from '86. And so we do have a nice tight collection of some camo. We also do some upland stuff, lots of strap vests. I heard a gentleman over here talk about how he's had a pair of chaps for the last 15 years and he can't wear them out. So that's the type of stuff that we make for the hunt.
Do you make gun cases, gun covers?
You got some pretty badass gun cases.
Let's talk about those.
All right, let's talk
You
about
said
them.
badass. You had me right there.
Right? You had me at yes, we do.
I mean, for us, you don't want to pull your beautiful over/under out of a $40 gun case, but you open up one of our Filson gun cases with the beautiful brass zipper and the bridle leather, and it's got a nice plaid lining on the inside, and that shotgun belongs in a $200, $300 gun case, right?
Right.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got a couple gun cases that we do.
And those obviously made to be traveled with as well.
Correct. And
Heavy duty,
made
wear
it,
and tear.
made at the same Seattle factory, the same way that our briefcase is and duffel bags are as well.
Very cool.
So yeah. it's
So
awesome.
now, where can people do? You have an online store as
Absolutely,
well.
yep.
I mean, you guys are modernized, even though you've been around since
1897.
1897. I mean, you don't hear that very often. There's not many companies that are still surviving
Absolutely.
doing that.
It's-
So where can they get all the info?
You can go to filson.com. You can pull up a list of dealers if you want to touch and feel the product. So I'm sure you can find a local store wherever you may live in the country and find your Filson goods. And it's definitely one of those things that, it's an investment piece. You're spending a little extra money to buy something that's made at a factory in Seattle that, is operated by American
Quality
workers.
American-made
Absolutely.
products.
That's it. That's
Heavy
exactly
duty,
it.
going to last you a lifetime
You got it.
with this stuff. It's like buy it once kind of stuff.
What I like to say is buy it nice or buy it twice.
Yeah,
So
that's a good motto to live by. Definitely. So, do you guys do hats?
we do a bunch of hats.
Okay.
So
Full on hat?
everything from trucker hats to wax cotton canvas brimmed hats. We've got some wool hats. So yeah, we've got a variety of accessories. Like we said earlier, from pretty much your head to your toes, we've got you covered.
You guys covered. Very good. So you guys check them out. Filson.
Filson.com.
Filson.com. Instagram, Facebook, you on all that? You do social medias?
At Filson1897 is the Instagram handle. So, yeah, check us out.
Very cool.
Post some good stuff.
Jeff, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you guys.
Introducing me to Filson. I mean, I've heard of you guys, but I've not had any experience with your products or anything like that because I've never been to Alaska, you know.
Well, it's one of those things.
The clothes aren't just for Alaska, guys. I'm being facetious. You can wear them anywhere.
Well, I'm glad that I get to introduce you guys to our brand. It's definitely a treat. So thank you.
Very cool. We're going to be back with more from the 2019 SHOT Show here at the Buck Knives booth, the official lead quarters of Talking Lead. Steve, you got any parting words?
No, I just love it, man. I love it. Being in the field, it's important to stay warm, stay dry, and I agree with you, man. Buy it nice or buy it twice. I'm gonna let that one sink in. So thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely.
You need to hashtag that, man. Okay, lead heads, we are back at the 2019 SHOT Show, and we are at the official lead quarters here at Buck Knives. And joining us now, we've got no stranger to the show. We've got Mr. Diego himself with Geissele.
Hello.
Diego, it's been a minute, buddy.
It has been a minute, yes. We have been very busy doing our thing.
You have, and you've been doing some good things. We're getting ready to talk about those. But last time we talked, I think we just introduced a new knife line.
That's right, yeah, A&M knives.
A&M knives.
Yeah, we actually just announced a new knife, which is called the Victor 3. It's a design from the 60s, so it's got that throwback aspect to it, and it's very cool. Come over and see it, or look at it on our website.
On the website, you guys got it posted there too. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. We're going to talk guns today, right?
We sure are.
And you brought in some heavy hitters. So introduce your friend here.
So this is Nick, and he's kind of like a never-ending knowledge base about our products.
A well of knowledge.
Exactly. So I always like
Geissele well.
I always like to bring the heavy cavalry.
Yeah, you do.
To the show. And
you always deliver, man. You always deliver. We appreciate that. You're always hitting the lead heads with new, cool, innovative products. So we love Geissele. We love the new knife company. We love what's the other spinoff of
ALG Defense.
ALG Defense. Thank you. It is the last day of SHOT Show, so everybody's got a little brain freeze going.
Yes, and I always do try to make it a point to come over to your show on the first day because I'm losing my voice. Nick here is losing his voice.
Right, but it's just been so crazy this week.
It has been.
We give you a pass, buddy. So
thank you.
So let's talk about the new offering from Geissele. This is huge.
Yeah. So pretty much. People have been asking us for this for forever, for a very, very long time.
Right.
So Geissele, we make the triggers, we make the rails, the scope mounts, the charging handles, we make
all the
buffers,
accessories and parts.
Everything. So we figured, I think it's time that we put it all together and bring a rifle line to the market.
Bam, there it is.
So yes, lead heads.
This is it.
Geissele now has full rifles.
Full Geissele rifles.
AR-15s.
AR-15s.
223.
Yep, 223, 5.56 guns. We are weapon makers.
Yes, that is the tagline. So basically what we're going to be rolling out is we're starting with the Super Duty line of rifles for Geissele, and the first line that we're going to be rolling out is the LE, which is for law enforcement.
Okay. I'm assuming we're getting some sort of a full auto here with the LE model.
We can work within the department's needs. For the most part, you know what I mean? Whatever they need to have structured.
Customize it to their needs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. Yeah, so Bill is a huge supporter of the law enforcement community and military and all that. So
yes.
his vision was the first thing he wants to do when he puts out a rifle is he wants to put a proper rifle into the individual police officer's hands. So that's where the Super Duty LE comes from.
Now, do you have that here? Is that what we have?
Well, what we have here is the other line.
Okay.
Since the Super Duty is so hot right now.
I like props.
Yes.
I like props.
They wouldn't let us take that out of the booth because it's just getting all the action.
Sure.
But yes, Bill wanted to support the law enforcement community. This rail has a blue line in honor of law enforcement.
LE, yeah.
So you figure, right? A full Geissele rifle. Geissele quality, Geissele engineering, precision machining, and all that. And if you remember, this is going to be expensive. So the Super Duty LE is coming in at $750.
What?
Completely kitted out. It comes with our iron sights, which have adjustments of half MOA. And it has an ALG trigger for weight restrictions on police departments.
Sure.
They have that weight limit.
The mil-spec trigger seems to be good to go across the board for departments, so that seemed like a universal option that a lot of guys could have that wouldn't be an issue. But it's still cleaned up, and we're giving them something that's going to be a little bit more refined than they're probably used to help out. So
Now, I know we shot it at range day, and it shot really well, ran great. So our initial take on it is thumbs up.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
Yeah. So the whole thing is, Bill wants to put a rifle that is it's very capable, highly reliable. These things shoot very flat with very soft recoil.
Yeah.
And they're tuned to work with all kinds of ammo, and they're it's a Geissele product. It's just gonna deliver. It's got that pedigree behind it.
There you go. I like that.
So
that pedigree.
Yeah. So these are gonna be available again for credentialed law enforcement only. So just give us a call, get set up, and again, that's
maybe eventually. These be available to the civilian market?
For this particular lineup, this is just an LE version.
Just LE.
Yeah, it's catered to them in multiple ways. Shoot us an email, sales@geissele.com. We'd be more than happy to answer your information, get you vetted. And also, one of the important things for that too is we work with a lot of local law enforcement, and those guys coming through, guys that have to pay for their own rifles. Some of these departments, they barely have any.
Yeah.
So we'd like to help them out. So we have a total package that's affordable for a guy that's on a budget, to get the gun, and get the whole gun, and just be, good to rock and roll right out of that.
Yeah.
It's customizable from there as well, which is cool too. If there's like certain departmental needs that those guys need to have, different equipment or different setups, so we can work with that. But the Super Duty lineup for everybody else is going to be coming out soon. So
Yeah, so we're targeting early spring for the LE line and early summer for the Super Duty line.
Gotcha.
So, when I talk about Geissele Super Duty, it's not like we have the one model, or the other model. Super Duty is more of like a universe or a platform that is extremely highly configurable in which way you want.
Okay.
So it's like a one-stop shop. You can pick your trigger or whatever rail we make.
And you do it all right there from your site.
Yes. Everything is manufactured, produced, built, put together in-house.
the selection on it's pretty crazy, actually. It's almost like in today's market, there's so many home builders out there, guys doing it, and it's almost like you build the rifle with your mouse. So when you go in, and there's some stuff up on our site right now, so guys can kind of play around with it as we fine-tune everything and get ready for release. But you'll notice when you go in there, you'll click on like a barrel length. Then usually you'll see some customization options like color of something, or a few things you can mess around with.
Variations.
But what you have is you have a massive series of drop downs, and then you basically have the full suite of options for what we produce to tailor the rifle that you want with our.
Instead of having to go through the whole website and pick and choose to throw in your cart, you can just do it all right there.
Exactly, and then
cool.
we turn the wrench.
There you go. Build it, send it out,
and good to go.
And good to go. There you go. We build rifles.
Yes, exactly. So
it's weird. It's still weird here. It's awesome.
So these rifles, we have some exclusive aspects to it. So we have a new trigger called the SSA-X, which it's still 2-stage, 4.5 pound pull, but it's got that lightning bow trigger shape.
Right.
Yeah, it's a profile that guys be familiar with the X95, the Tavor trigger bows, the lightning bows.
Right.
And then also our sister company ALG Defense, the AKT, has that very similar lightning bow.
Mm-hmm.
So currently that's going to be exclusive for the guns. But we're getting a really positive response about that too. It kind of breaches that middle ground between guys that prefer a curved face and guys that prefer a flat face. You know what I mean?
It's a little hybrid that you got going there. That'd be interesting. I'd be interested in trying it. I like the flat trigger traditionally myself. I like the flat, but I'm used to the curved just because that's what everybody cuts their teeth on usually. Do you have that trigger here? Is it on this one?
Yeah,
I'd like to see it. Yeah.
We brought a prop, so let me put this in your hands.
Thank you,
Marty. So Marty's now holding a Geissele rifle.
I am. Talk to our listeners while I'm playing.
So Nick, fill us in a little bit about these 3 levels of LPKs that we're offering, the lower parts kits. So
basically, what we have, first off, before we touch on that, the gun that he's actually playing around with, doing theater of the mind, I suppose, but it's a shorty, and it's got all Geissele stuff on it. I just like saying that. It makes me happy.
All Geissele?
Yeah, so, and there's some slight variations and some deviances to what you might see with some of our common rails, like your Mark 8 or your Mark 16 that you have on there. We have it keyed now since we're manufacturing the upper receiver as well, so, adding some field expedient stuff to it, taking away some tool time, like, if you're just trying to pull that off and clean a location and get it back on there. Makes
I would
it
assume
interesting.
that you guys have a brace option on these.
I don't know for sure what's going on. It's still so new. You know what I mean? We're still getting information on that.
Okay.
Feedback though is really important to us, right?
Yeah.
So we definitely want to hear what guys
Well,
want.
I know you're gonna want to put a brace. That's what people are gonna want because nobody wants to do the SBR anymore. They don't have to. They don't want to do that. And there's so many different brace options out there, and I'm sure you guys will be coming out with your own brace sometime soon. If you haven't already.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to discuss information that I may or may not have.
Right, exactly. No, but this is awesome. And you call this one this
is the Super Duty line.
Duty line.
Again,
okay.
it's not like you're holding the whatever model. It's Super Duty is a universe.
Everything's a Super Duty. Yeah.
Guys,
your rifles are Super Duty.
It's weird again because there's no like this is the ... name. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
just keep it simple, right?
The super rifle.
That could have been tragic, couldn't it?
I know. Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, no. So a bottle of water almost dropped on top of the controls.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, you basically configure everything. It's unique in that regard to the extent that you just completely top to bottom.
So there's that SSA-X lightning bolt shape. So it's not
trigger.
fully curved. It's not fully straight. I think it's just a really happy medium.
Yeah, it's just got a hint of curve to it, which I can live with that. I like that. It's not bad at all.
And try that safety real quick. That is our posse lock safety. So it's got a very positive feedback to it. The one version that you have right there is the ambidextrous version. Yeah. Those levers are quite. They're upgradable. You can swap them out if you want the long one on one side or the other one. It's a very secure method of them staying put. But at the same time, it's something that the home user can change.
Yep. It's engaged or disengaged. And then here's the trigger. Listen to this, lead heads. Nice. It's a very nice trigger. Is this adjustable trigger?
That is not adjustable.
What's the pull?
So the triggers are actually based off of the SSA and SSA-E that we already have out. So guys that are familiar with those, it's just a change of face, so to speak, on the finger, right? So the SSA-X is about 4.5 pounds overall, with approximate 2.5 pounds up front, 2 pounds at the brake, carrot-like brake to it, more of your inline fighting gun kind of
These
trigger.
are your iron sights?
Those are our iron sights. The ones we have on there are the fixed version, and we also have flip-up.
You have flip-up also?
Yeah. And that
I
will
really
be
like these sights.
Those will be exclusive to the Super Duty line.
Okay.
I imagine that at the beginning, but for now, that is the only way to get them.
Okay, very good. What else? Anything else we need to? I know you guys got to run, so make sure we get everything in.
We're focusing on getting these rifles ready.
Yeah, we're working on manufacturing everything in house, and that affords us the luxury of having a lot more options as well. So, guys that have some things that they're looking for, what have you, feel free to give us an email, choose call. Really interested to hear from everybody, and we're really just looking forward to launching this thing. So
yeah, well, I know they're going to be a huge hit. Anything Geissele puts out always does well. So
yeah,
I know the lead heads will be behind it as well. So guys, thank you so much for taking the time, introducing us to the new line of rifles. We build rifles now at Geissele.
Yeah, we're weapon makers.
We're weapon makers. They make full AR rifles, and I'm sure there's plans of going different calibers in the future. It's just natural progression, right?
You figure, yes.
Just say yeah.
Well, Marty,
you can't
always
fool us, buddy.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Diego, thank you, and thank you for introducing us to Nick. Nick, you're always welcome back.
thank you. I appreciate it.
When you guys have more new things to introduce, Talking Lead is a show for exclusives. So
sure,
we look forward to hearing from you. All right, guys, we're going to be back with more of the 2019 SHOT Show last day here at Buck Knives, the official headquarters.
All right, lead heads, that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. Hope you enjoyed that awesome lineup that I had for you there from HATPOINT, Real Avid, Geissele, Filson Outfitters, Steve and Jennifer Morgan. I hope you guys really enjoyed those It was fun to do. Great group of people there. And I've got lots more interviews from the 2019 SHOT Show coming for you guys. We've got the governor of Idaho, Brad Little. We've got Buell from Fiocchi. We've got Inland Manufacturer. We've got Occam Defense. We've got Dasan coming up. We've got our Men on the Street. Got an interview with Palmetto State Armory talking about some new things that they've got coming out. We've got Yehuda Reamer, the Pew Pew Jew himself. Streamlight, Trigger Safe, VKS Systems, Hero Hunt, Xena Firearms, and many, many more. So you guys stay tuned. Next episode is going to be the Talking Lead AK Corner. You're not going to want to miss that. My good buddy James Yeager is in the house. Fun interview. So lots more coming from the Talking Lead podcast. Make sure you guys go and support all our sponsors. Right On Optics, the official optics of Talking Lead. Modern Spartan Systems, modernspartanssystems.com. X-Steel Targets, xsteeltargets.com. Keltec, it's at keltecweapons.com. Mission First Tactical, the Fire Watches, Warren Scope Mount. And if you're in the Nashville area, make sure you stop by Rural Range USA. Let them know that you're a lead head. They'll take as good a care of you as they do me there. Really, really great bunch of guys and gals running Rural Range USA here in Nashville. I know I told you guys that I was going to be giving away another one of our EDC Pocket Dump rewards, but that's going to wait until next episode. So you LE, First Responders, Fire Department, you've got an opportunity to go out, take some selfies out in the public, do the proper tags on social medias, Instagram, Facebook. We've got one more package that's going to include a Streamlight ProTac flashlight, a Buck Knives, Blue Line LE knife, and a Defy Battlefield watch provided by our good buddies over at the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. Thanks to Bill Hampstead for putting those up. Lots of good stuff coming up for you leadheads, so stay tuned. Keep in touch, talkinglead@gmail.com. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all Talking Lead. And, of course, our website, www.talkingled.com. As always, leadheads, keep your loved ones close and your firearms closer.